Ling-Ling, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. First of all, please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Hello, my name is Ling-Ling Zhou. I'm currently a sixth-year PhD candidate in marketing at the Fuqua School of Business at Duke University. And this upcoming summer, I will actually be starting as an assistant professor at the University of Hong Kong.
So, Ling-Ling, our members in bathroom manufacturing are always looking at new ways to connect with their principal audience. Can you tell us a little bit about your research, Befriending the Enemy?
Yes. So my research primarily examines how consumers respond when seeing a brand interacting with another brand. And Befriending the Enemy is a really interesting project, I think, because it kind of goes against a conventional wisdom, telling brands that they should never mention their competitors. We don't want to give our competitors positive attention, give them free press. And if we do mention our competitors, usually it's in a pretty harsh negative light. We want to show how much better we are in comparison to the competitors. So this project challenges conventional wisdom by suggesting that when a brand praises another brand, that this can actually better consumer perceptions and increase purchases of the brand doing the praising. So for example, brand A can give a shout out to brand B on their new launch or congratulate them on an achievement. And when consumers see this, they'll be more likely to purchase brand A's products.
So, bathroom manufacturing is fiercely competitive between brands. Are there any other kind of fiercely competitive environments when this sort of strategy has worked?
Of course, it's not a one-size-fits-all strategy. It will depend on the brand and the context. But I would say that pretty much all brands have the potential to benefit from this brand-to-brand praise because you really are kind of showcasing that this brand values its relationships with consumers and brands, that they're even willing to praise their competitors, right? So it's a very strong signal that the brand is warm and it cares about its relationships. So then when consumers see this type of brand or brand praise, they'll associate words such as trustworthy, kind, friendly to the brand. And that then drives these increased perceptions and increased purchases. So I would say even in a fiercely competitive environment, by showcasing this type of warmth through brand-to-brand praise, brands are still able to benefit from it. And there are some caveats, such as if you have an extremely loyal fan base, for example, if you were only a Coke drinker and you actually hate Pepsi, then for that consumer, seeing Coke praise Pepsi might not be the best idea because it feels like the brand's kind of betraying you as a consumer. But on the other hand, if you were a Pepsi fan and you saw Coke praising Pepsi, which is a brand that you really like, then you would actually form better impressions of Coke because they give the brand that you like the shout out. So in different contexts, there can be different effects. But overall, I think for the general population, even in a very competitive environment, brand or brand praise can have positive benefits.
So social media, hopefully our members are viewing this on a social media platform, and our members use social media in varying different ways. What would be your top tips for brands to get the most out of the various different platforms?
So with the rise of social media these days, it actually gives brands a great opportunity to engage in different types of interactions and be observed by consumers. So in the past, a lot of brand-to-brand interactions happen behind the scenes. They're more formal in terms of official collaborations, but with the rise of social media platforms such as Twitter, which both consumers and brands participate in, brands are now given the opportunity to easily communicate with another brand by mentioning them in a tweet, tagging another brand in their tweet, posting the tweet, and then all the thousands or hundreds of thousands of consumers who follow this account can then see that type of information posted by the brand. So it really provides a unique atmosphere, environment for brands to really engage positively with their competitors and be observed by consumers at the same time. And then this will allow consumers to more positively attribute positive feelings and attitudes towards the brand doing the praising.
One final question from me, Ling-Ling. How do members get hold of your research? Because I've read the abstract and it's really, really interesting stuff. But how can they get hold of the paper?
So you can actually get the paper through the Journal of Marketing. So it's where it's published. So if you go onto the website, I think you will be able to search up this article and grab the PDF of it. If anybody is having issues accessing the article, they can email me and I can provide them the PDF.
Fabulous. Thanks so much, Ling-Ling. It's really interesting stuff and I appreciate your time this evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.